I remember the day I started. I just put my head down and said,
Let's do this. Let's start my little network.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start my own little network.
To be honest, at first it was kind of different, but once I got into it, my team was awesome.
It's like they want you to succeed. I never felt like I had any dumb questions.
They got me through it. They helped me.
And then just a few weeks later, to see that extra income come into my bank account was this really cool moment that I don't think I'll ever forget.
I was like,
it was so real. It was like the light bulb went off and said, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it.
So to use that little extra money to pay my car payment.
Just to see my credit card bill low.
To be able to pay my bills and then have extra money in my account.
Mine actually went to savings.
I actually started saving.
This is actually like really working.
And it's just fun.
Being able to pay some bills by simply just changing my coffee.
We're all so busy, so to turn a daily habit into extra money.
We're talking about things that people actually want and need.
And it makes it so easy to share with others. And that right there is the best part. I think that's why Organo made sense to me. I drink a good mocha, I love a good hot chocolate, but then to have free product arrive and then to make an income off of it just by sharing a habit I already have.
Being able to pay my bills just by simply switching my detox to one that is not only better for me, but is paying me back, is just kind of like, why wasn't I doing this sooner?
This might seem simple, but to look at my wife and say, hey, order whatever you want, don't look at the price, that felt good.
Same. I feel the same.
Thanks, Organo, for changing my life.
Wow, wow, wow. I get the chills every time. Thanks, Organo, for changing my life. Oh my gosh. Speaking of changing lives, we've been in the business about 9 years now. And one of the people that I met quite a while when we first got in the business was Mr. Joseph Wilson. And we've actually had a team gathering there. And he's just smooth, calm, professional that he is, part of team Candace and Miss Gwen. And without further ado, we're introducing today's presenter, Mr. Joseph Wilson.
Thank you so much, Mia. I appreciate that, Mrs. Mia Small. I appreciate that. I thank you for the opportunity this evening to share with you all a bit of information. Coming from the book, Your First Year in Network Marketing, this is based upon chapter 3, Dodging the Depression Torpedo. Dodging the Depression Torpedo. First of all, I'd like to say that depression is a very serious matter. And if you are in such a state of depression that you need more than just your family or your friends, please seek professional help. Let's get that out there, because depression can really be life-changing. But now we're going to talk a little bit more about what was in chapter 3, Dodging the Depression Torpedo. You know, when I first started reading this again, I was saying, dodging the depression torpedo. We're all going to have to dodge the depression torpedo at some point, whether it be in business or in our personal lives. And a lot of times, you know, depression, it will sink you. That torpedo, it will sink you. And what happens is life happens. Life throws you curveballs sometimes that you weren't expecting, whether it be in your personal life or your public life. Maybe you're working in a career field that you've been trying to get this position for quite some time, then it just didn't pan out. You may fall into a state of depression at that point. Maybe you might have some family situations going on at the time. You may have some health concerns. All of these are contributing factors to a state of depression. Okay. Now, as it stands for our business, that's a whole different animal, because how you do anything is how you do everything. Nobody wants to be around a Debbie Downer. When you're doing network marketing, you have to be excited to do it. For one thing, you're not only selling the product, you're selling yourself. If I came up to you and I said, hey Joe, how's your business? Oh, it's great. Who wants to be around that? Who wants to be around that? So please, I implore you, remember when you first got into OG. Remember that. Remember how it felt. Remember the excitement that you had. And you didn't know one thing about network marketing, but you were excited just to be there. You were excited because it was something new. It was an adventure for you. So the book talks about some of these things. It talks about the ups and the downs of network marketing, okay? The depression that you're going to have to dodge. And sometimes the depression comes from, when you first get in and you just know those family members you could count on, or those friends that you can count on. You just knew that they were going to join your business. And so what happens? You talk to them, you share a little bit of the information with them, and then you say, you know what? I'm going to have a presentation at my house. I'd like for you to come by and just, hear some more information. And what happens? They're gone in the wind. You can't find them. You can't even catch them. They've been to your house many a times, but now they're gone. They don't want to show up. Shoot, truth be told, they don't even want to get on a Zoom call. So now you're asking them to come to your house. They don't want to get on a 3-way call, a Zoom call, no kind of call whatsoever. So dodging the depression torpedo, it's hard, because in this business, you have to have the ability to have enthusiasm. You have to have some happiness. You have to have some joy. You have to have fun in doing this business. So it's really a mindset that you have to have. And you really have to think about it. You have to surround yourselves with people of like mind. Who wants to be around Debbie Downer? Like I said before, nobody wants to be that. So, a lot of times it's not only, and you know what? I think about Organo, and I think about what Mr. Bernard Chua had to go and do. Imagine the attrition that he's seen. We've seen attrition. I don't know Mr. Paul Caldwell. I didn't know him before Organo, but I imagine the attrition that he had to go through, because when there is success, there's also failure. But you learn from those failures. You learn from those mistakes. Okay? So, attrition is going to occur, but it's who you surround yourself with that matters. In the book, it says, go to your upline, right? If you're looking for positivity, go to your upline. And, that's why I love these Zoom calls, because we are one team on these Zoom calls. I look for the positive influences that I see. And when I heard the information today about what Mr. Paul Caldwell, the shout out that he gave to Sharon and Mia Small, imagine that. Imagine that. Perfect attendance, y'all. Perfect attendance. See, I don't necessarily have to surround myself outside of Organo. I have all the positivity I have right before me. When people are sick, they go to the hospital. Physically, when they're physically sick, they go to the hospital. When they're spiritually sick, they go to church, or they go to Bedside Baptist, one or the other. But see, that's why I love these Zoom calls, because you are able to reimagine, you're able to refocus, you're able to reshape, you're able to rethink what your business could be. And a prime example is Sharon and Mia Small. The consistency, the efficiency, Mrs. J.C. Richardson. See, I don't have to go to YouTube. I can just pick up the phone and call Mrs. Richardson. She can give me all the inspiration I need, all the inspiration I'm looking for. Or Mrs. Candace Robinson. You know, plenty of inspiration there. Plenty of it. So I don't really have to look far. Oh, and last but not least, of course, Mrs. Cynthia Williams. You know, that's all the positivity, that's all the positive reinforcement I need. I don't have to, in the book, in the chapter, it says, you know, read the book, you know, read uplifting books. I personally love YouTube because I can listen to it all the time, any time of the day. I can rewind, I can pause, I can do all of that, you know, but I really don't have to look too much further. I can just look at every one of you all and see the consistency, seeing the drive, seeing the determination. That would help me dodge my depression any day. And trust and believe, keep on living. You're going to see depression. Keep on living because it's going to come. But that's why you have to surround yourself with like-minded people. Like-minded people. When they said dodge, there's no way to dodge depression. I mean, you could dodge it temporarily, but eventually it's going to set in. But it's how you react to that depression. It's how you react to it. That's what's most important. So, you know, they say positive affirmations. You know, every morning I wake up. Well, it really starts the night before when you go to sleep. You have to know who you are. And when you know who you are, when you go to sleep and when you wake up in the morning, you're still that same person. You know, I am a champion. I am somebody, you know. I love it because a positive affirmation, it only affects you if you believe it. So you've got to believe, for one thing, you've got to believe in yourself. And then you've got to believe what you speak. Speak those things as though they were. You know, how a man thinketh, so is he. See, all those come into play. Everything that we've learned in network marketing comes into play. Everything that we've learned in life comes into play. How we react to things comes into play. It's no mystery. There's no secret sauce. You just do it. That's all it is. That's all that matters. You just do it. You stick and stay. Let's make a positive change for ourselves. Let's make a difference in our lives. Let's make a difference to other people. That's what this business is about. Making a difference for other people. The blessing is not for us. Right off the bat, it's not. But if you stick and stay, if you stay long enough, if you don't give up, if you don't quit, the world is yours. The world is yours. So I implore you today, be addicted to bettering yourself. We're addicted to a lot of things, but be more addicted to bettering yourselves. That's what's most important, y'all. Leaving that legacy behind, that's what's most important. Having friends that are like-minded, that's what's most important. Having people such as my OG family to enjoy the successes of life, that's what's most important. So when you think about dodging the depression torpedo, it's all in perspective. Knowing that it's going to come at some point in your life, but knowing how to react to it, that's another thing. Knowing that I have my OG family behind me. We look at the example of Miss Lolita and her husband. All it took was one person to get things rolling. See, here at OG, we're one big family. Oh no, we don't have the grandiose team and everything like that, but I'd rather have this small center, this small core of group of people here that have the heart of 1 million people by my side than anything else. So I thank you this evening for this information that I was able to share with you. Just a little glimpse of what chapter 3 is about. But most importantly, y'all, consistency and efficiency is the name of the game. Thank you, Mia. Back to you.
Okay. Yay. Awesome job.
That was awesome.
I don't see it.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
It was.
I'm here. Sorry, I was getting feedback on another phone, technical difficulties, but when I tell you he just delivered that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
What? Okay, thank you, Joseph. That was amazing.
That was needed.
I just have a question. This is just my personal question. Like, have you been a trainer or a speaker in front of other people in the past? Like
me?
Church or something?
Me?
You. Yeah, you.
Church.
Okay. That's what I was sensing. And yeah, but you delivered that. That was very clear and concise. And to me, the part that really resonated with me was when you're able to, what you said was how you're able to make a difference and help other people. And that's what this business is about, bringing something that's unique and different to improve the health and wellness of others, like, and their financial status. That's
right. And you know, just being a servant.
Yeah, that's good.
Being a servant.
That's good. Thank you so much for sharing today.
Yeah, awesome job tonight, sir. I thought you was a little shy in the beginning, but you came through. Awesome job tonight.
You know, I had to break the ice, Mr. Larry.
Great.
There you go. Hey, no, man, awesome job tonight. Learned a little something myself. Hey, one thing in this business, you never can stop learning. So it's always something out there. 4, 5, 6 years in the business, still picking up nuggets, going from there. So definitely appreciate it.
Hey, man. Hey, no problem. I learn from each and every one of you all. Every time y'all show up.
Hey, I appreciate it. It was, you know, the nuggets that you shared tonight. I really just, you know, I was kind of doing a couple things in the kitchen, and you know, that's why I didn't want to have the video on. But you know, it's these little mini trainings and these little mini teachings. You know, it's so important and it's so needed because you start to become reflective as people are sharing. You reflect on your experience and you reflect on the experience of the team members here. You know, you talk. You know, I know that chapter talks about really just avoiding the depression torpedo. And one of the things that came up in my spirit as you were speaking and as you were talking, you know, for me and this could be for others as well, is, you know, it's really just about, you know, doing your best to be consistent and weather the storms, but really trying to learn the lesson, you know, when you're in that particular season. You know, you talked about this business is about helping people, and so I don't know, this past weekend as we traveled back and forth from North Carolina, I was more impressed with how many people we were able to serve as opposed to how much money we were able to make. You start to get to a point in this business where, you know, you don't look at the 50 stars, the 60 stars. You just really want to, and I've said this before, and I don't know if you guys can remember, but you know, more than likely, this will probably be something my family, I mean myself, especially me, I'll do this all the way to heaven, because the excitement that you mentioned, you know, you get excited by when you have the wins, but then you should become a little bit more excited when you learn from the losses. And so let me just say this, and then I'll let somebody else have the floor. One of the ways in which I do my best to avoid, being down when things are not going so well, I try to figure out, instead of trying to compete with so-called competition, I just try to figure out how to create more of my own stuff. I'm gonna give you guys this here also. One of the ways in which I avoid the depression torpedo is, I take a risk. I take a risk. Life is risky. You're not gonna make it out alive, so you might as well go ahead and take some risk. And I take a risk, and what it does, it consumes a lot of my time, and therefore I don't have time to, wonder, well, what if it don't work? So being a risk taker is so rewarding as well. And that's one of the ways in which I try to bounce back when things don't go as I want them to. So thank you so much, Joseph, for all the information you shared tonight. Did you guys hear me, or was I just talking?
No, we heard you.
Oh, yeah, you know, wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Joseph reminded me of something in his presentation. He reminded me that it doesn't matter how many we have. He brought it down to, yes, it is a small group of us, but this is a powerful group of positive, charged up people. And sometimes we have to be reminded. So Joseph, thank you so much for going there tonight. Your passion for what we do is just over the top. And I needed to hear that tonight. So thank you so much.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Anyone else?
I'd like to give a quick testimony.
Go for it.
Can you all hear? Okay, I think I'm on the screen twice, but I was telling Mia, I just got back in town and my plane was delayed and I had to start the meeting on the road. And I tell you, it's just amazing. And so I think I'm on here twice, and I hope it's not messing up the audio. But this morning, I was in my online BNI chapter meeting, and the president of the chapter now made a comment about he and his family just came off of vacation. And I am sorry, I cannot remember where they went, but wherever they were, there was someone in the midst of them that knew about the coffee with the Ganoderma in it. And so just out of the clear blue, he was giving a testimony about what somebody else said about our products. And you know how we used to joke about people pronouncing it Ganoderma? Well, the whole time he kept talking, he kept calling it Ganoderma. Ganoderma. But don't you know that the testimony that guy gave was enormous for what we do. So you never know who's out there paying attention to what we're talking about, what we're trying to offer to other people. We have the best, and we have got to start acting like we got the best. Now, Joseph, you alluded to what to the big accolades that came to Sharon and Mia. Well, I tell you, they were well deserved, because for what was it, 92 months?
Right.
Is that what it equates to? That means that you guys believe in the product, and you never missed, like Joseph said, you never missed a meeting. So thank you for representing our group so well. And we got so much more to do, and we're going to go higher and higher. Just don't quit.
That's right.
So true. So true. Right. Yeah, we're 92 stars to the point that this weekend we was calling all of y'all for more coffee. It was so funny.
Yes.
But listen, we prayed over the coffee we had, and like how Jesus spread the bread to all the people. He spread that coffee. It made it work for us, and to God be the glory.
Amen.
And I want to say Nam Doe was actually in town a couple of days ago. We ended up getting a couple of things from him, but just a handful in the middle of the night because we had to take the thing to the airport, our rental car back. But either way, we're good.
Yes, this is an amazing time.
Amen. I'm looking at the schedule for next week, and we had Joseph. You know, we're a little bit off on the weeks between the 4th of July and travel and everything. So if we want to pick up the way we have it on the schedule, Sharon would be next on how to properly edify.
Okay.
Let me see, I'm looking at the calendar. I would like to take the following week and I can adjust it if y'all are okay. For my topic, teamwork makes the dream work. And then we could bounce back to JC and Larry from there, if that's okay. Or Larry and JC, whichever order y'all want to go in.
Well, you know what? We have not had the screen yet. So let's go with Larry, then I'll go after Larry. Is that okay, Larry?
Larry, will that work for you?
Sorry about that. I'm a little nervous here. Yeah, that's fine. So we're talking about the week after next?
August 5th. August 5th for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
That'll be Sharon next week, then Mia, and then you. So that's 3 weeks, and I'm on the 4th week.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. I'll adjust it and get it in our group chat. That way it reflects that.
Okay. Will it be new topics or the same?
Your topic is leadership and confidence, because you are Mr. Confidence.
I'm sorry.
No, but that's your topic, Larry. It's, you know, under the same, our broad category is leadership, which is what we're in right now.
Perfect. Not a problem. All right. We'll definitely make sure we have it ready.
Gracias. Anybody else?